Welcome back to Flight Simulator with the Rude Man. And I looked at this plane and knew very little bit about it. I took it on a test flight between Seattle and Portland, and it went well. Since then, I've been kind of studying a little bit about it, and I know a little bit more. First of all, I didn't know there was a cover. So when you park, there's covers and things that go on. You get a cover that covers the actual plane, and then you get these pitted covers, and you also get this cover that covers the engine. So it covers the front and the back of the engine. So that's kind of cool. But there's a little bit more. The plane is a little more versatile than I thought. So let's go inside and take the cover off, and we'll look at this. Okay, so first of all, let's turn some power on so we can look at our controls here. And so this is what we have. You can turn the chocks off. You can turn the storage, take the storage cover off. You can covers and protectors. Those are the covers that cover the engine and such. Then there's the luggage door. Now, this is interesting. If we look at the config in this, we can actually make this an executive plane, a complete plane, or a family plane. Now, how's that work? Well, if we look in the back here, when it's an executive plane, it's only got 2 seats in it, and there's plenty of leg room, all that kind of stuff. And then if it's a complete, it has more stuff. But if it's a family, let's take a look here what it does. It adds a bunch of seats in the back, so you can bring your whole family along. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Now, the other thing you can do is, if you're taking a trip, you can choose what kind of trip you take. So, let's look at, well, let's take this off. We'll put it as executive, and then we'll look at the luggage. And at the luggage, you can have a family vacation, a golf trip, or a snowboarding trip. Now, what's the difference? Well, let's go back in here. And let's see, statistics. Let's take the storage cover off. And then we'll go back to the back here and head out the door. Okay, and then if we look at, let's see, luggage. We'll go to luggage and we'll choose a golf trip. Okay, and then we're going to go to config, and, or is it statics? We'll go to statics, and we'll open the luggage door and go outside. And it didn't work. Okay, I did something wrong. Let's see. Okay, let's try it this time. All right, there we go. So the luggage door's open, and when you look inside, you'll see bags and stuff. Okay, so that's supposed to, I think that's a golf bag. So there's luggage and golf bags. So if you go back in and you choose, let's see, luggage, you choose a family vacation, and we go back out, you're going to see all kinds of suitcases. And if we choose a snowboarding trip and go outside, there's snowboards and baggage. So you can use this for many different things. If you have a full family, you put seats in the back, and it's all cool. Alrighty, so we're gonna just make this. I don't know. We don't have to make it anything really, I guess. But for the luggage, we can just not choose Well, can we choose no luggage? Doesn't matter. Status, cold and dark, taxi, or takeoff. We can set how the plane starts. The Bose, we can turn headphones on. And then this, I was right in the last video that I did on this. I supposed that this active noise reduction was the thing that you have to turn on in the flight sim itself. There's a headphone setting. Then it cuts all the sound off in the cockpit because you'd have headphones on and couldn't hear it. All right, so I'm not going to deal with that. And then the config, we're going to leave it on executive. And let's close that door. Close the luggage door. Now the rest of this stuff, if you have the chocks on and the cover and the protections and stuff, if you have that on there, when you close the door and everything, or start the plane or do anything like that, all that stuff comes off automatically. So you don't really have to worry about it. So we're getting ready to take our trip. I don't know how long those batteries will last. So I may want to start the engine real quick. So I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to try to set my flight plan and hit the high life. So we're gonna turn. I already had battery on. We're gonna turn the batteries on. We'll turn the generators on in a minute. Turn the strobe light on. We don't need the landing light. I'm gonna turn the landing lights on because we're gonna be on the runway. And I don't know what the ice lights are. I don't know. Turn that on, no. Okay, I don't know what the temperature is. I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. We're going to go down to the engine. And we'll start it up. Let's see. Let's do a flight plan. All right, so let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so we're sitting in Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm just gonna, as I said, I've been in New York quite a bit since I started playing. I flew out of Vermont up to Canada. I visited JFK. I was at LaGuardia. I flew from Washington, from DC area up to LaGuardia. Well, that's all right in here in this northern area. So I pretty much covered the northern area a few times. So I'm going to start going down instead of across. And we're going to start at Ohio, and I'm going to fly over Pittsburgh. And I've actually tied on to some airports in case time's up or weather's bad. I may get to Pittsburgh and stay there. I don't know. We'll see what the weather's like and how far the mileage is. And then from Pittsburgh, we're going to Shenandoah. And then from Shenandoah to Lynchberg. Now, all of that is about 230 to 250 miles, something like that, if I remember right. But this is a jet. This jet goes faster. So we may be getting this leg in a little faster than I've been getting in that other plane. Anyway, let's go and put that in. Okay, so add origin. The origin, did I write that down? Hang on. I think I did, just a sec. It's, all right, it's K KCLE. KC. Whoops. What happened? How do I go back? Can I go back? Back face. Where'd my K go? Did I even miss it? K, C, L, E. And enter. All right, so that's where we're coming from. That's our origin. And now let's put a destination. And our destination is going to be KLYH. KLY? I don't know. H. Okay, we'll enter that. Now we're going to add some waypoints. So the first waypoint is going to be Pittsburgh. KAGC. KAGC, is that right? And that's 92 miles, nautical miles. I don't think that's right. Allegheny County? That's not right. I think it's KPIT. So I'd put that in wrong. Or I chose the wrong one. Okay, KPIT. Pittsburgh. There we go. Okay, enter that. So Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and then all right, so the next one is KSHD. And that's Shenandoah. Enter that. And then we've already got Lynchberg in, so that was the end of that. I'm not putting any runways or anything like that. It's just going to be, I'm going to fly it, I'm going to take off, I'm going to land it. We're not using any instruments. That's just going to be it. So let me see if I can enter this in now. Okay, so there's on the map is our flight plan. We're coming from Ohio down to Pittsburgh and then Shenandoah and then end up here. So there you go. Now let's put in a altitude. I'm just going to do 6,000 to start with. All right. And let's turn on our flight director, get that ready. What else do we need to do? We need to set the barometer. Okay, it's 30.16. That changed it a little bit. Okay, we got oxygen off, bleed off, probe heat off, parking brake is on, and the door's open. Okay, so let's get ready here. Run to the back, close the door. Okay, and then we're going to go outside and take a quick check around the plane. Okay, everything's off. Okay. It looks like the chocks are still on. So let's take those off. Take the chocks off. All right, they're off. There weren't any cones out, but I think that's because of the airport. That's not, that wasn't anything we did. So, okay, so let's see. What else we need to do? Anything? We got that set. Oh, we need to bring our windows out so that I can tell what's going on over here. And then we can change that. Let's see, how did I do that? I changed that. Okay, so weather. There's the weather radar. We can bring that up if we want to. And we do the settings. Standby, radar on. Just leave it at standby, I guess, for now. But what else was I going to do? Oh, we have charts. I know that. There's a checklist, and I'm not doing that, but I need to do that in a video. The map. We're going to change it to this so that we can see a little bit better of what we're looking at as far as the ground goes. All right, and then right. Okay. Let's break off. And then we need to find a runway. There's a complete checklist for this plane. It's really quite good, but I don't want to do it now. There's still too much of the plane I don't know. I'm going to wait till I get a little bit better in the knowing. Let's see. So we're looking at. What are we looking at? We're facing that way. So, and this plane does not need a big runway. So let's see if we can just come out here and get on this runway and head. Well, wait a minute. Our route's heading that way. Okay, let's try this one over here, this one on the end, because that's going to put us towards, oh, great, and it's great. Wonderful. That's what we need. All right. I flew this plane one time from Seattle to Portland, and it was a very enjoyable flight, very enjoyable. It's a little intimidating just because it's a jet and it's very quick, very powerful, very nice, but it's also kind of intimidating because it does so dang much, of which I know nothing about. Okay, so now you notice that we have warnings on the board there. The oxygen is not on. Well, we're on the ground. We can breathe. But I think we might want to go in and check a few of these off. Let's turn our generators on. Strobe light, it was already on. That's on, that's on. Master oxygen. Here, come on. Bleed is off, so let's turn the bleed on. The probe heat is off. I don't know if I need it, but I'm going to turn it on and we'll check it when we get up in the air. And I don't know. We'll worry about this engine stuff here when we get up there. What does that do anyway? It says ice protection and then windshield. So I think I'm going to wait and see if we have icing problem before we turn that on. I think this is just a light over here. But anyway, let's go and get on the road here. I don't need this anymore. Okay, I didn't hit the thrust right. There's a whoa, what the hell? What? Man, I never had that problem before. What the heck was that all about? Okay, I don't know what went wrong. I must not have set something up right. Wow, that was really weird. Really weird. Oh, I had the FMS on. Is that what happened? Let's turn that on. That was really weird. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We got the AP on. Let's turn navigation on. And we'll turn that on. And let's see what the plane will do. What's it gonna do? All right, well, we're climbing. We're at 2,200, climbing up to 6,000. It looks like the autopilot has taken over. You don't suppose there was wind down there, do you? Because I'm having a little bit of turbulence up here. The plane is flying at an angle, which it would if it had wind on it. Because the wind's trying to push the tail back, and the autopilot's trying to correct it. So there may be some wind up here. Yeah, I should have looked at the weather. I do have weather. Let's see, there's the weather. And then I'm trying to think how it did that. There was something that you put on, and it would actually put like the temperature up. Interesting. Okay, the gear. I thought I put the gear up. I didn't. Let's do that now. Okay, what else do we need? All right, we got the weather up. We do have charts and stuff. There's system tests you can do. I mean, there's so much. There's just so much that you can do with this plane that I'm trying to learn about. Okay, let's put our map back up. All righty, we'll sit back and enjoy the flight, I guess. Now, I've got it set on auto speed, so my throttle is doing absolutely nothing on my desk because the plane's taken over. We're up to our 6,000 feet, so it's going to start slowing down just a little bit. But still, we're doing 243, 244. It's going to be a lot quicker trip, I think. There's Boston. But Boston what? That's not the Boston you're thinking. Peninsula. It sure seems a lot windier up here. There's Boston Heights. Well, I don't really see a big town. It looks like a big forest. So, what is Boston? I mean, I think there's houses under all those trees over there. Kent State University. Wow. That must be the Kent State University that's always in the news. Well, not always, but it has been. Some stuff has been going down at Kent State in the past. There's Stowe, there's Corsica someplace. That's Silver Lake. Well, it looks like outside of the wind, it's a beautiful day. No snow, no rain. Stonies. Monroe Falls. I have to admit that I wasn't really ready for recording tonight or a flight. It's 8:30 in the evening again. I try to get to this in the daytime, and it doesn't seem like I'm able to. And I wanted to fly the new plane. That's what was pushing me. But I really am not really prepared for recording. So it may not be a very good recording or video. And that's because of me. Like I said, I wasn't really ready to do this. I'm just over anxious. What I probably should have done, and I thought about it, what I probably should have done was just came in and flew the plane and had enjoyment, just playing the game, if you want to call it a game. But then every time I do that, I'm thinking, well, all I have to do is go over there and flip the switch and I can record it. What if something fun or great happens during this flight and I am not recording, and then I get all upset, say, damn it, why didn't I record that? You know, like maybe I'm going to wreck the plane and, you know, crash and burn someplace dramatically and no recording. I would be upset. So here we are. Rootstown. I'm also anxious to find out if this is going to really shorten the trip up, because this is a jet. This isn't a propeller-driven plane. It goes a heck of a lot faster. And I'm not even, I'm at 250 nautical miles an hour, 250 knots, and I don't really redline till about 270. Sunset Strip, Atwater Township. That's weird in the eastern states. I mean, where I live on the western states, you don't have townships. You have towns and cities. There's a town. There's not a town called Rudy and another one next to it called Rudyville. There's not Astoria town in Astoria. We don't do that here. I'm curious why they did it on the East Coast. What's the difference between a town and a township? Is it just a suburb of the town? Our suburbs just have names. Cannon Beach has a suburb. It's called Tolovana. At a certain point, Tolovana was its own entity, and one of the towns or both of them they're growing into each other, and then the bigger one just kind of swallows it up. I know that sounds funny, but that's what they call an annex. If there's a smaller place that's an unincorporated town, it's not capable of handling garbage and sewer and things like that because it's not really a town. It's just what they call an unincorporated town. And when it gets big enough that it needs those resources, it looks to the nearest bigger town and they just annex it into them, and now they share their sewer system and water system and utilities. And the bigger place gets to add them to the tax rolls, the inhabitants. And that happens a lot. Sometimes the little town can become the big town. It just depends on their management and what they have to provide to the people living in the area. But I don't know that we've ever done townships. It sounds like Quaker stuff, it's this pilgrim stuff. Whenever I hear township, I would imagine that I'd walk in and find somebody in the stocks with people throwing tomatoes at them. And I saw a documentary the other night about England or Great Britain, and that there is actually a stock. Do they call it the stockade? You know what I'm talking about. You put your head and your hands through, and then they slap the top down, and you're locked in. Okay, so there was an actual law that said every town had to have, or village had to have a stockade, and if they didn't, then they weren't considered a town or a village by the king and queen or whomever ran the place. And the interesting thing is that when they were done talking about this, they said, believe it or not, that law is still on the books today. But I don't remember seeing stocks in England with people out on the street getting tomatoes. Oh, and the other thing was, there was no rule as to what you could throw at people. It could be soft, rotten fruit or vegetables, or it could be rocks. There was no rule. And with that, I think I'm going to go throw some hot water on. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. I got a timer going for 7 minutes. Now, I have a teapot that works a lot faster than that. But if I give it 7 minutes, I'm assured it's going to be hot. All right, so what's that? It's a Saint. St. Clair? I thought it said St. Clam for a minute. Calcutta? What are we, in India? Yeah, St. Clair. Glenmore. Now, have you noticed that on the as we get closer to the East Coast, the populations, the land is a lot more full of people. I mean, look at this. You see humanity everywhere. Now, there's still forests around. But if you remember flying over the western states, you saw hundreds of miles of no people. But here, there's people everywhere. East Liverpool, that sounds like England. And then there's Liverpool. Now, we do have stuff like that. We have the Dalles and the East Dalles or the West Dalles or North Dalles or South Dalles. We do have occasionally towns that do that, where they have an East and a West, and I think with stuff like that, it's just that two parts of the town grew and they're big enough now. And it used to be that what determined that was, believe it or not, is the Postal Service. If a town was big enough, they needed more post offices and it's their own zip code. And so sometimes the little suburb would get big enough that they got their own post office and zip code. And so they changed it to, to Raccoon. There's Raccoon. Resident Evil. Is that Raccoon City? All right, so we're getting close to Pittsburgh, and so I'm going to decide whether I fly over it or maybe do a little bit of a touchdown. I don't know if I have to. I don't know if I have time for it, really. But we're making pretty good time. The most important thing to me on this trip is just seeing what the rest of the country's like. Like, this area right here is awful pretty, in my opinion. These hills and lakes, just gorgeous. It's all green, and little cities dotted everywhere. There's Independence. What's it independent from? I don't know. But look at all these little cities. A lot of people. All right, there's Pittsburgh. So, I don't know. It'd probably take me 10 or 15 minutes out of my trip to stop. We'll just fly over it and look. That's why I wanted to enter it in as part of the flight plan, so that we'd fly directly over it and we could take a good look at the airport. Findlay. So yeah, of course, I didn't mention it, but we are in Pennsylvania now, and we have been for a while. That's a good-sized airport. And it's not huge. All right, we're going to head a little bit more south now. But look at all those little towns just dotted everywhere. It's a good-sized airport, but it's only got, what, 3, 4? Well, it's got 4 strips on it, I guess. Enloe. It looks like there must have been a little bit of planning going on for that little city down below us, but they kind of look weird, don't they? It's almost like they just cut their way through a forest. It's kind of interesting. Lots of houses. Kind of makes you wonder what everybody does for a living. All right, so my timer went off. I'm going to go start my tea brewing now. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Yeah, if you actually go in and turn that headphone thing off, all the sound would be gone in the cockpit. Well, I don't want all the sound going, or I'm sorry, gone. As long as it's cut down a little bit, I want to be able to hear stuff. West Pike Run. Isn't this gorgeous area? Just beautiful area. I wonder if we're still in Pittsburgh. I mean, Pennsylvania. I think we are. I haven't pulled a real map out, and by real I mean like a road map. Not that this map I'm using isn't a real map. You can go see what I can find. It's nice. See, the problem is this map is for doing flight plans and things like that. It's all airports and VORs and stuff. Doesn't show county lines, doesn't show cities and towns, nothing like that. That's interesting looking farming there. They look like what you'd see if somebody said aliens were down and making stick figures in the ground or something like that. That looks like an elephant with a spear with an army hat on. There's his eyes, there's his trunk, there's his mouth. That's what I used to do to clouds and stuff. Try to pick things out. It's funny how your mind puts things together, though. Sees a partial picture and it tries to fill it in. There's German, not Germantown, not Germany, just German. Edenborn, or Edinborn, probably Edinborn. New Salem, where's Old Salem? Massachusetts, isn't it? Bendinsky. Just blew eardrums out, didn't I? I just downloaded a map and it's just taking forever to fill in. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's a map of the whole U.S. and it's just slowly drawing itself in. Smithfield. And we got a little bit of a hill coming through. That's interesting. Yeah, interestingly enough, our plane actually has a pretty decent map. It's got all the airports, but it's also got towns. There's George's, Redstone, Waynesburg. Kaiser. You know, not a lot, not in great detail, but some. So, where are we at? Coming over that hill. Oh, hey, look, there's wind turbines on the top of this mountain. Quite a few of them. A whole line of them there, and then up into there, another line. Wonder where the power's going. That's something I've often wondered. How did they get the power where it needs to go? Because you don't see any telephone poles or anything. How's the power getting distributed? Where are we headed anyway? We're coming kind of southeast, more south than east. And the next stop is Shenandoah. A lot of history. We're coming over Civil War area. So yeah, we're coming. Are we in West Virginia? There's Princeton, Valley Point. All right, we're heading to Lynchberg, aren't we? Lynchberg is in Virginia. So we're flying over West Virginia now and into Virginia. And then from there, I think we're going to be going into North Carolina. But I don't know if that's tonight. But we are making good time in this jet. You know what I never checked? I never did check to see if I had fuel. That could be a problem. Maybe I better check. Yeah, we're down to 26%. I'll have to watch that. I didn't put fuel in. No. This looks like golf course country. All right, where are we at? We're about halfway between, a little over halfway between Pittsburgh and Shenandoah. Now we've got some hills here. The hills are alive, and civilization kind of stops. There's still roads that go through. Yeah, I've noticed that the towns are getting scarce again over the mountains, over the hills. It doesn't stop the rivers though. Wild Wind Fly-In Resort. You fly in to that resort. Well, I'm kind of lost. I don't know where we're at. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it tonight. The states are awful small on the East Coast compared to the West Coast. Valley National Wildlife. Dolly Sod's Wilderness. We're in the wilderness area. Okay, well, yeah, I see the Windwood Fly-In Resort. We just passed it. Man, we're flying pretty fast in this jet. This is going to cut the whole tour down. And we're still seeing everything that we would have seen. You just have to kind of see it and wave goodbye. man, look at those. That's a sharp ridge there, isn't it? And look, somebody's cleared it here for some reason. A farm, maybe? Champ Rocks. I never did check the altitude, but it doesn't look like I'm having any trouble flying over. There's a Nashville in North Carolina. I didn't know that. Nashville, Tennessee, but very interesting. Well, we made it over a couple of hills without crashing. Burning. Crashing and burning and burning and crashing. Aha, Lynchberg. Lynchberg is in West Virginia. And that's kind of where we're at, I think. Coming over the hills of West Virginia. Wow, there's this whole strip of civilians, of civilization there. Right through that valley. field. What's Frank doing way out here? And now notice we're getting out of the hills and we're moving back into civilization. Kind of hard to build a house up on a hill. But look at all the resources. Wildlife, trees, all that kind of stuff. They kind of creeped in here, didn't they? By this river. Well, let's see. We've been a little over an hour on this flight, and we've gone a lot further than some other of our adventures, and no snow, no rain. I do have real weather on, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I do. I'll be upset if I don't. Live weather. It's live weather. No. Where are we coming to? Lynchberg? No, we're not coming. We're coming to Shenandoah. Shenandoah Valley, that's where we're going. Let's see what the weather's like. Clear. The weather's clear. Look at that pretty little town. Isn't it green? Wow. It looks like it's well planned out too. Oh, that must be school of some kind down there. I don't know. That looked like a pretty nice football field, though, for a school. Shenandoah Valley Regional. Okay, that's our next point, our next waypoint. Right, take a good look. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's a very big airport. Now, some of the airports that we've been flying over haven't had ILS or anything like that. They're just airports. Because we're kind of staying away from the big cities. Wow, now that is a square. That's a square town there. How'd they do that without planning? Yeah, see, Shenandoah Valley's only got one air strip. So it can't be too big a place. And we're kind of heading south, a little bit more south now. In actuality, we're going to be going southwest now on our way down to Florida. Man, there's some big bends in that river. Middle River. It doesn't even look like it's, well, maybe it is. In between this river and that, if that's a river over there, I guess it is. Middle River. There's another eagle's nest. How many of those have we seen? Oh, that's a hot cup of tea, and it feels good on my throat. And it feels good in my tummy. So this last little leg here is only 58 miles. So we're actually getting close to our destination. So it's going to be more like about an hour and a half flight. So it is quite obvious that the closer we get to the East Coast, the more towns and people there are scattered about. I mean, look, if you look at all of these places, and even if they're not the same town, there's a lot of people, just a ton of people living around in this valley. Gotta wonder what everybody's doing. There's a car down on the freeway. Where's it going? What are they doing? What kind of music are they listening to? What kind of life do they lead? Are they happy? Is there a Karen in the car? And some more hills. Gotta watch my altitude. I've done pretty good. I've only been at 6,000 feet. This jet is rated for a lot higher. I read a little bit. There's this heater over here. If you notice, you can change it. Well, no, you can't. You can click on defog, aft control, temperature backup, whatever that is. But I guess they don't do anything. They're just for show. That's what I've heard. What? Well, oh gosh, what's the warning? Are we getting low on fuel? Caution. I might be in trouble. Yeah, I'm getting low on fuel. All right, let's. Oh, and we're no place near an airport anymore. Oh, shoot. Let me see what I can find. We just passed an airport, and we're getting close. We're getting real close to Lynchberg. By the time I get over these hills, I'll be there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This might be tight. Yeah, I know. Keep telling me. Fuel low right, fuel low left, fuel low total. Oh man, oh man. We got 14 gallons in one and 15 gallons in the other. We're at 10%. Oh man. Okay, there's the airport over there. All right, let's see if we can get over there. Why didn't I look at that when I started this trip? I told you I wasn't prepared for it. Flatwoods, 5 miles. All right, we better get down. I mean, we've only got 40 or 50, well, 30 miles to our destination, but I don't know. All right, let me get down and see what this runway looks like. Where is it? Which way does it go? All right, it's got to be going that other way. So let's come around. Put the landing gear down. And whip around. Careful. This is a plane I'm not used to. Whoa, straighten up. Is that it? Holy crap, is that it? That can't be it. I'm lost. That's a road. I've lost it. Oh no.
500.
Okay, I don't know where the airport is. I can't see it. Shoot. I've lost it. See if I can find it again.
500.
Why does it always have to be in the middle of a bunch of woods? These airstrips. There it is. Oh, hell, I went all the way around. I may have to fly over it again just to see which way it's going and then try to find some kind of a landmark. This same angle I was at before. Hell, is that it? Oh my God, it's just a strip in the woods. Holy smokes. I think I'm going to lose it. Might have to just land in a field. There it is, over there. I don't know. Oh my God, I can't make that cut. I don't think I can't do this. No. Damn it. What's that one over there? Is it bigger? Let's see if this one's bigger. It's 4 miles. What a way to end the trip, just because I forgot to fuel. If I could find one with a damn clearing. Alright, let me pull this up. And let's see. Okay, this one looks like... Alright, I might be able to line up to this. Is it just dirt? Looks like a dirt field. Is that what it is? Just a dirt field?
500.
I don't think I can make it. It's not long enough. Holy shit. It's not long enough. Damn it. I could have probably been there by now. Seriously. It's just right there. I probably could have been there. Buffalo Ridge Airport. How big is that one? All right, I need to check. Whoa, where are you going? %. I could have been there. I could have been a contender. 7% might get me there. Hush up. Okay, don't climb. I don't want you climbing. Damn it. Don't climb. Just get me there. I think that's it in front of us. We may be ending this trip in a bad way. Slow it down, see if I can coast in, not use any fuel. Is it one of those? I don't think that's what I'm going for. I think it's over there. Yeah, it's one of those. %. Falwell. Where's Falwell? That's not it. Man, I'm going all over the place. I can't keep this damn thing. All right, the flaps are up. Why am I having such a hard time keeping this from climbing? If I hadn't have tried to land at those little strips in the woods, I'd have been there already. And this dinging is getting me crazy. College Hill. So it's not that one. Where is it? It's got to be that one straight ahead. So we're still a little bit of ways away. There it is. Lynchberg. Oh, I see the runway and I can line up to it. Keep your fingers crossed. We're going to be on fumes. Okay, I'm going to leave the landing gear up as long as I can because it's going to make it's going to pull a draw and make me use more fuel. Flaps are up. I got my stick pushed down and I'm still trying to climb. See, now that's what's one of the problems with a plane that wants to fly itself. This thing's got all kinds of bells and whistles that wants to do everything for you, which is good, I guess, until you need control. I don't want to cut the throttle too much because I need to get over that little hill right in front of the airfield. All right, let me put the gear down. I don't know what's making it do this back and forth like this. What in the hell? Well, part of it is the computer. Well, here we are, Lynchberg Regional Preston. We made it, just barely. Well, I guess I'm glad to be here. There's no point in hanging around. I'll see you next time. I like the plane, though. I really do. All right, well, ta-ta for now. I'll see you next time.